Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, could I ask you to be seated?
I don't think I'm going to be able to see it, am I?
You alright, yeah? Careful.
I'm going to get closer together. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Oakley House here in the London Borough of Bromley. My name is Amanda, and I shall be conducting this ceremony this afternoon for Dean and Laura. My colleague Jo will be registering the marriage once the declarations have been made. And I think you've organised a beautiful afternoon as the sun came out as you came in. Now I'm just going to check that you can hear me. Excellent. Very clever, because it doesn't feel like you can, does it? Now, as you all know, we are here this afternoon to witness the marriage of Dean and Laura and to share with them their clear happiness and their hopes for the future. This ceremony this afternoon will be in accordance with the civil law of this country, which requires you both to declare your freedom to marry one another before you solemnly promise to take each other as husband and wife. Dean and Laura, there are two things which I must remind you of before you make your vows with one another. Firstly, this place in which you are now met has been duly sanctioned according to the law for the celebration of marriages. This simply means that every marriage which takes place in this room is fully legal and binding on both parties. I also have to remind you both of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. This means, as you both know, that today, in front of your family and friends, you are going to exchange those vows that will unite you as husband and wife. These vows are a formal and public pledge of your love for one another, and they are a promise of a lifelong commitment to one another. The purpose of marriage, as you both know, is that you will always love and care for one another through all the joys and all the sorrows of life. And we all hope and know here this afternoon that your love will continue to grow and deepen throughout the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, as there are a few here this afternoon, Dean and Laura would like to thank all of you for being here this afternoon. It means a great deal to them that you can all be here to share in their happiness and their joy. They wish to publicly affirm their relationship before each of you and to offer each other the security which comes from legally binding vows sincerely made and faithfully kept. If anyone here present knows of any just cause or legal reason why Dean and Laura should not be joined in marriage, they should declare it now. I think it's fairly safe to go on, is it? I think it's fairly safe. Now, before we move to those promises that you have chosen to make to one another, you have asked two very special little ones, James and Benjamin, to read some words for you. Are you ready to go, chaps? What I think we'll do is come round here. Do you want to come all the way round here?
Just pass on the logo. Go on, mate.
Keep going. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try and use this. Oh, it doesn't want to come out. Okay. I'm going to hold it. Off we go.
Hi, my name is James and I'm going to be reading a poem. My uncle's, to my older room, and it is called I Love You. The nicest feeling I've ever known is being in love with you, and I want to thank you for these feelings. For bringing me happiness as though it were a gift I could open every day. I thank you. Listening to all the words I want to be able to say, I appreciate you. Letting me share the most personal parts of your world and for welcoming me with your eyes. I am grateful to you. For being the wonderful, home-giving person you are, I admire you. For being the most beautiful light in my life, I desire you. For being everything you are to me and for doing it so beautifully, I love you.
You ready when you are, darling?
My name is Ben, and I'm going to be reading a poem from my auntie Lily to my uncle Dino. It's called Today I Married My Best Friend. Today I married my best friend. Our bond complete. And we share one soul, we share one heart. A perfect time, a perfect start. If these rings we share together, love so close to last forever. This special day to a special heart. Let nothing keep this one apart.
Well done. I'm sure everybody would agree that that was absolutely beautiful, and I think another huge round of applause for them. Right. Could I ask you both to please stand? Could I ask Ralph to come and join us here at the front? Do you want to turn and face me? Do you want to, if you turn and face, if you give me your hand so your father can take it. That's it, lovely. It has long been the tradition in many parts of the world for the father of the bride to hand over his daughter in marriage. Laura, you entered the marriage room this afternoon and came through the gardens on the arm of your father, Ralph. Ralph, you're not here to relinquish any ownership, you'll be pleased to know, ownership that you might have over Laura, but you are here in public to signify your affirmation and your support for Laura's choice to spend the rest of her life with Dean. So I'm going to ask you a question. Who presents Laura to be married to Dean?
I do.
And are you content to wish them well
Yes,
on
I
their
am.
journey through life? Thank you. Could I ask you to hand your daughter over in marriage? Thank you. Do you want to take a seat? Dean and Laura, the institution of marriage must be entered into freely, voluntarily, and with the full and unreserved consent of each of you. So I am now going to ask you to confirm your intention to marry one another. And do you remember what the answer to the question is? Some time ago we discussed it. Dean, do you promise to love and care for Laura, to be her strength and to be her comfort, and to honour and respect her always?
I do.
Laura, do you promise to love and care for Dean, to be his strength and to be his comfort, and to honour and respect him always?
I do.
Well done. We now come to the legally required declarations that you have chosen to make. And you have chosen 2 witnesses, your brother Jamie, and I think it's your maid of honour, Kimberly, to be your witnesses. Could I ask Kimberly and Jamie to come and join us at the front?
Brother.
Jamie, do you want to come round this side? Kimberly, yeah, do you want to come round? I'm going to start with you, Dean, and I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Dean Hedges,
why I, Dean Hedges,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Laura May Smith.
to Laura May Smith.
Laura, I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Laura May Smith,
why I, Laura May Smith,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony
in matrimony
to Dean Hedges.
to Dean Hedges.
Now that you have both declared that there is no legal reason why you may not be married to one another, we come to a most significant part of the ceremony, because as you say these next words, you actually become husband and wife. Your guests are all here today not only to witness this occasion, no doubt they're going to celebrate it with you. I think so. Yeah, I think
Hope
so.
so.
They're hoping so. But they're also all here to support you in the future. So could I ask those of you that feel able to stand to join us in standing? And would you like to, you're almost turned to face each other, would you like to hold hands? Dean, I'm going to ask you to repeat after me.
Sorry.
I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Dean Hedges, do take thee, Laura May Smith, to be my lawful wedded wife. Laura, I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Laura May Smith, do take thee, Dean Hedges, to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
Awful, nearly.
Nearly said awful.
Nearly. The wedding ring is traditionally given to seal that contract which you have both made with one another. The wedding ring is the outward sign of the lifelong promises you have made to one another. It is an unbroken circle, the wedding ring. It symbolises unending and everlasting love. It is the symbol of offering the best that you can. May your wedding rings, which you are about to exchange with one another, always remind you of this day and those vows you have just taken. And Daniel, hopefully, still has the ring. Daniel, do you want to come round this side, maybe?
Huh?
Do you know which one's in which?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. That looks like
That's
Laura's.
Laura's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could I ask you please to pass Laura's to Dean?
Shall I put in the book?
You could take it out the box.
Yeah. Alright.
Pass.
That's Laura's one.
Hold on to that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, no worries.
Hold on to that one and stay there and watch. Dean, as the token of the promises that you've made to Laura, could I ask you to place the ring on her finger?
This one.
All the way on. Lovely. And whilst holding that ring in place, please repeat after me, but you're saying it to Laura.
Yeah.
Laura, I give you this ring
Laura, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our love.
as a symbol of our love.
I commit my life to yours
I commit my life to yours
and promise to be loving, faithful and loyal.
and promise to be loving, faithful and loyal.
Daniel,
Yeah.
could I ask you please to pass Dean's to Laura? You can stay there and watch. Laura, if you could place the ring on Dean's finger as a token.
Give me a good old push, love. That's it.
Push it all the way. I was gone on easily. And whilst holding that ring in place, please repeat after me to Dean. Dean, I give you this ring
Dean, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our love.
as a symbol of our love.
I commit my life to
I
yours
commit my life to yours
and promise to be loving, faithful and loyal.
and promise to be loving, faithful and loyal.
Dean and Laura, this is the start of your new life together as husband and wife. We all hope here this afternoon, and we all know that the feeling of love that you have for one another will deepen and grow stronger throughout the years to come. If you remember anything of this day, because it does go by in an absolute flash, please remember, and I don't need to remind you, but I will, please remember that love brought you both here this afternoon, and love will take you both on beyond this afternoon. Cherish and respect each other as you embark upon the next stage of your journey at one another's side. You have both made the vows which are required by law. You have entered into a solemn and binding contract before your two witnesses and all your family and friends, and it gives me enormous pleasure to announce you husband and wife. Congratulations. Well done.
Got some, Joe?
You're a falling star. You're the getaway car. You're the line in the sand when I go too far. You're the swimming pool on an August day, and you're the perfect thing to say. And you play it coy, but it's kinda cute. Oh, when you smile at me, you know exactly what you do. Baby, don't pretend that you don't know it's true, 'cause you can see it when I look at you. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you, you make me sing. You're every line, you're everyone, you're everything. You're a carousel, you're always well, and you light me up when you ring my bell. You're a mystery, you're from outer space, you're every minute of my everyday. And I can't believe that I'm your man, and I get to kiss you, baby, just because I can. Whatever comes our way, I will see it through, and you know that's what our love can do. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you, it's you.
Go.